It's that time again for crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. Biddy Coin at 95,000 American dollars. Still hanging around here. It's great to see that it's still holding above that structure. I guess we're waiting for some sort of jitters to appear, or maybe as blockchain backer calls it, this little ABCD thing. This is Biddy Coin right now on the 4-hour chart. It's still hanging around 94.95. There could be one more scare. There could be one more scare, friends, where we come back down here, but you know, who really gives a crap at this point? I think we're all sick and tired of crypto. A lot of people just want to leave, I'll be honest. Not just really like leave from like, oh no, leave, because I'm just so sad about these prices down. No, it's a leave from a depression. It's a leave because no one's pretty much gotten paid for, it's been like 4 or 5 years. But it is what it is, friends. Like, maybe there is a pot of gold waiting for us at the end of the rainbow. Maybe there is, and maybe that's just what we have to go through. Okay, there's many times in my life when I go through extreme hardship, people will tell me, you know, like older people would tell me all the time, you know, you don't see it now, but it's all gonna make sense one day. And then when I would hear that, I'd like flip a table, like punch a wall or something, because I'm like, what do you mean? This makes no sense. And then later on, much later on, it does make sense. Much later on, it does make sense. But in that moment, you just can't possibly see. Like, I mean, I remember when I was trading, friends, trading bonds and doing spreads, and the volatility every year kept getting lower and lower and lower, and then it basically went to zilch, zero. It was really, really, really garbage. All the edge had gone away. And then it basically, because it was so bad and so hard for like a year, it forced us to keep an open mind. It forced me to keep an open mind. And then I explored. I found other people who didn't know how to make money trading. They were making money trading Bitcoin. And it just kept my eye open. I'm like, huh, how are they making money there? They couldn't make money for crap when they had all the tools available. That's what opened my mind to crypto. And here I am, right? Back in when I came at the end of 2018. So, but here's the thing, right? There was a guy, friends, me and Matt, actually, we sat next to this dude in the office. We forgot his name. He sat next to us in the office day trading. It was, I think, in 2013. I couldn't believe it, friends. This dude knew about Bitcoin. And none of us were interested. We had no idea. Because we were trading bonds. Because it's like a sport. You want to be trading in one thing. So we just kept trading them. And this guy literally kept saying, I'm not joking, it was 2013. He says, yeah, he's going to DCA buy Bitcoin every Monday. Just every day, first day of the week. He's just going to keep DCA buying it. I think I remember saying, well, what is this thing? He didn't even know how to explain it. No one knew what the hell to explain. He goes, I'm going to keep buying this thing every Monday. He goes, oh, it's going to go up. I'm like, what do you mean up? Like, I don't understand what that means. Because all we'd seen was GFC fallout stuff of stock market crashing. Let me just show you. This was the market. So you're really also, friends, you're a product of the environment as well. This is pretty much what we had seen. So if you go back to 2013, the stock market in our eyes, right? We just had GFC and everyone was always scared, right? They were always used to this. Oh, crash. Oh, crash. Oh, crash. And then, by the way, they just started QE. So everyone was just scared it was just going to do a triple top, and then slow down, right? And this guy kept DCA buying. We never heard of him ever again. He left. He couldn't, this is funny, man. He couldn't make money trading. He could not make money trading. He was never profitable. So he just left. I wonder if he stuck to that. It's just kind of crazy, friends. Yeah, but we weren't in the right mindset to do that. Because me and Matt were making money trading. Because when you're making money doing your own thing, you don't want to deviate. It's like a guy thing as well. Like you don't always want to keep an open mind because like it distracts you. You know, like it's kind of like for like a famous football player. He's not going to be like, oh, you know, what's Larry, my neighbor, doing this fine Saturday? You know, you don't, man. You got to train for the game. Yes, so that's what happens in life, right? A lot of these things. That's actually how I found myself into crypto because of this extreme hardship. Maybe this is just what's going to happen, friends. There's going to be a nice silver lining. I don't know when it's going to be, but it could be it, friends. It literally could be it. Maybe just gone through so much pain. You never know, man. Maybe like everyone's going to get out here and you're just going to keep holding. You're like, dude, this ain't euphoria. Maybe it could be that. Or maybe the top becomes very, very, very clear. Because we have all these exotic top signals. Like, friends, we're going to go through like Nancy Pelosi. They're actually naming a Pelosi Act after her to prevent them from trading stocks. But I want to show you the Biddy Coin price chart. Even on that daily as well. We're hanging around here. It's pretty nice to see. I guess the next zone is that 130K mark out here. That's what everyone, I guess, is waiting for. Remember, April almost over. Just like 2 days left, which is great. I still maintain that, yeah, man. Everyone's wondering, bro. Friends, I get it, man. This is altcoins. Look at this. Look at the green box, bro. We had big alt season, and look at this garbage, okay? And what is it, friends? Because the business ISM cycle. So what we can actually do is gently play some gentle music. So why didn't we go up? Why didn't we go up? Well, we know the answer why, okay? We never had business cycle expansion, okay? Actually, the one you can't see on this chart, 2013, it was also up. So why do we go up 3 years in a row, post-halvening year, 2013, 2017, 2021, and then we're down in 2025? Now you know, right? Business cycle. You've always known this. I've told you this many, many times. The 4-year crypto cycle from the halvening, it's pretty much just luck that it coincides exactly with the global rollover and the debt cycle, right? So that business ISM, I'll just let you know, friends, ISM, it's kind of predictive, but it's not magic because the business ISM, it reflects the times we've been going through, okay? And it's last month's data, all right? It's last month's data. So then you might say, but Sommi, what is a good predictive one? Well, price. Price, I'm serious. When we go up, things are going to get good. Yeah, price, man. That's it, price. But also, there are some forward-looking surveys for the ISM. They can compute some stuff and they get some forward leads and they're all curling up. Okay, like you can get like 3 and 6 month leads for the business ISM. They're not perfect, but they are. They've been rolling up for a while. Man, but this thing's been they've been curling up for a while. So here we are at 49. You see how we expanded. 1, 2, 3. We have not expanded. Okay, it's been 29 months so far. It's actually gonna be probably under 52, man. It's going to be like month 30. And if you're curious again, the longest period of time we ever went through was like 45 years ago. I think it was 39 months or 39 to 42 months. Okay, so you just talk, that's extreme, bro. And there was no money printer back then, okay? There was no money printer or anything. It was like, imagine another 12 months. I don't think so, but what do I know? When I say I don't think so, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't think we'd have like freaking 5 red monthly candles in a row either. No one did. Now let's quickly check out some macro. This is the monthly candle for S&P 500. I am scared about this, friends. This is such a big fat wick. Like maybe we do come back and then it has to come back and scam everybody again. Looking out on the daily, it is a nice emphatic push up. We have Donald Trump and the tariffs and stuff out here. The bond volatility has come back all the way down to 110. So everything is settled. So remember, friends, it was literally on the verge of breaking. It was literally on the verge of breaking. Remember, from Arthur Hayes, we learned, right? When this thing goes above 140, US Fed's like, okay, it's getting too nuts. We're going to have to step in. But they didn't. It actually stopped at the last minute. And it really did, right? And then Donald Trump, he had to pretty much walk back his comments. Because, like, you're only as tough as your wallet, man. Okay, you want to go and make all these power moves. All right, man, you're selling bonds to the market. If there's net sellers, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Just tell everyone, act a certain way? No. They need incomes. What I'm now going to do in a very family-friendly way, just to show you the gold price chart, friends. So gold, this is the weekly. I guess it has slowed down. This is just, you know, it's hanging around here. You don't need to really do much. If it's kind of crazy, friends. If you want to go, this was 2021 bull market. So in 2021, look at this. Gold was just doing this. That was our bull. That was a whole bull market. See, gold just went sideways, and it was only 10% down from the high. See, so it just went sideways. So maybe that's what gold has to do now, right? It will just go bip, 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 bip. Maybe that's it. That's what it does. Remember, friend, the gold is very, very, very cheap still, okay? Historically, very cheap. And you can just do the gold over SPX ratio. And you can see it here. This is gold versus the S&P 500. Here it is right now, actually. This is gold over S&P 500, friends. This is, obviously, these are very, very, very long periods of time, okay? Very long periods of time. So this is gold. That's why everyone thought in 2011, but actually stopped. And it's pain, man. Pain, pain, pain. It's come back down here. It's done a little spike. It's kind of funny, right? They come back here. So you never know. This might be it. So this is gold. It's trading at 0.6, this value. Look, man, it used to trade at 3.5 times the stock market. So you never know. Maybe you just draw a line down here. Maybe it's going to go all the way back to 2.5. By the way, this is an enormous gargantuan move. Like if you have $1 billion, this is an enormous move. Imagine in the next 10 to 15 years, your $1 billion can do 5 times whatever the S&P 500 does. That implies, friends, if you, like in the next, so we are in the year 2025. If we go to 2035, okay, I'm not saying it is definitely going to do this because it's so long, but it could be in the next 10 years. Man, this is big. If the S&P 500 is up 2x, man, that means gold's up 10x. That means gold hit $33,000. Okay, but what if the S&P 500 is actually topped out for the next 10 years? Okay, it goes nowhere for the next 10 years. Well, here's the thing. Gold hits 15K. Applying on this ratio. By the way, it doesn't have to do it here, man. It doesn't have to. Like, it could be a long way. Like, what if this is a 2040 to 2045 story? You see this? This is why you just don't know when that period of time would happen. Well, interesting, actually. If we put a super trend, I wonder if it helps you. Wow, friends, there's so many fake outs on this super trend as well. It's not actually, wow, it's not actually always fully reliable, but it did just flip green. Oh my gosh, now you got to wait another 10 years for this. This is wild, man. Man, I wonder if there's a 3-month indicator flip. Oh, this is a bit better. This is a bit better for this. Okay, still hasn't flipped green yet. This is a 3-month. Man, that's a 3-month chart as well. So just showing you gold, it's still too cheap. It's still too cheap. They've been able to keep a lid on it. Plus, it's just been like, you know, we've had like a lot of globalization, everyone working together type of times. And obviously we're in crypto because we hope that Biddy Coin replaces gold to some extent, and then we can all have fun pumping to the heavens. What's going on with the PulseChain altcoin prices? Just check it out. Pretty much nothing to see once again, friends. You have -5, red, and nothing's moving around because PulseSpear is -5%, so everything else is pretty much just turbo leverage on it. Remember, Ethereum still has to get saved. I think it will get saved. This month's almost over. You know what? I just finish red, man. I just don't finish green. Why? Because I'm like, you know, I don't want to look back at this chart and go, oh yeah, it was 4 red counting candles, which is still horrific. I wanted to see 5. I want everyone to remember 5. Why is that? Just because I hate in the charts, the monthly candle can just erase the pain in the like last week, and it doesn't like summarize really what you were going through for that whole month. It's just, oh, I just flicked up at the end. That's just like a little pet peeve of mine. As well, what else do we go through? Well, we have the CME gap price for Ethereum is at 2,600. That's the next one. So hopefully we do get there. And I'll show you it right here. This is the CME, the CUC Mercantile Exchange. So we hit the 1,700 one. Now it's time to go for the 2,600. And these are horrifically still low, man. We've got a long way to go, man. This is such a vertical drop, bro. Can we even go up fast? I don't even know, friends. Can Ethereum even go up fast with such a vertical drop? I don't know, man. Look at it, because it took so long to do this. Is that what happens? Like, it has to... I just don't know, man. Maybe... Look, I hate to say it, man. Maybe Ansoy's right. Ansoy, he said... maybe Ethereum doesn't break its all-time high this cycle. You know, I'm just looking at this vertical drop. How much time do we have? Unless the cycle's really going to run through, like, to, you know, half of next year or something. A lot can happen in a year, but still, man. Remember, this is the ratio of the Russell 2000, which is very racist, and the S&P 500. Look how low it is as well, just showing you the business cycle and expansion into altcoins. We've actually, like, we've hit a poopy period of time. Funny enough as well, the US Treasury notes are starting to go up. God knows why. I mean, like, but how does that make sense? Donald Trump was doing uncertainty, and so you guys dumped it, and now that, oh yeah, we're actually walking it back. Oh, okay, cool, now we're going to buy your bonds. Yeah, but you don't get it, bro. Oh, man, it's this market, man. The market's right. However it's computing this, it's right. Now we'll just crack on with some news as well. So we have... Senator Josh Hawley reintroduces the Pelosi Act bill to ban Congress from trading stocks. Remember, friends, a long-going friend of the channel, piece of information I've had here is one of my exotic top signals is Grandma Saggy Boobs, Nancy Pelosi. My favorite grandma is Grandma Peggy, by the way. Okay, so Nancy Pelosi, yes, we've got a Pelosi Act coming out because obviously she's like, friends, she's the world's greatest trader. We need someone to investigate what type of indicators she's using because it's quite extraordinary. And they are naming the act after her. Look at this. Pelosi, preventing elected leaders from owning securities and investments. Pelosi Act. It's kind of funny, man. It's kind of gold how they do this stuff out here. So the general gist of this whole my exotic by the way, my exotic top signal, I've been thinking about this since 2022, right? When the US Fed did it, okay? When the US Fed did it, I've been thinking about, oh, wow, they still haven't done the government. I wonder if that's the next top one, okay? The US Fed banned themselves from owning stocks here. So what does banning yourself from owning stocks means? It means you're all allowed to click sell. And it's okay. All of you. You're all allowed to take profit now. And it's not considered insider trading because you wrote it into the bill. It's very suspicious, man. Every politician just gets out of the whole market. I wonder if the Pelosi Act, when we're making closer, imagine it does come back here and then they actually sign it. They actually sign it in, right? I wonder. That'll be some quite spooky thing. But we're not just going to rely on that. You've got other things like Coinbase's Coinbase App Store and a few others as well. Like we have Ty Lopez coming back. Now, part of my exotic topics links, if you're just curious, I'll bring it up again. I have it right here. Here we go. My exotic top signal list, okay? So, Bitcoin EDF, Ethereum ETF, and Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate, yeah, friends, Andrew Tate was saying he hates crypto. He wants nothing to do with it. And I'm like, oh, that'll be a nice top signal if he's elected. And then to my shock, he makes his meme coin. He comes back in. Now he's part of the furniture. That's why when this cycle, my top signals, I'm like, well, these ones came really, really, really early. Oh, friends, remember, I did say, man, I can't believe it, friends. I didn't follow mine stuff. I said, if they give us an Ethereum spot ETF, sell everything and don't even look at the price. How many times did I say that? I just never thought they would give us the Ethereum spot ETF at a garbage $3,300. That's like under the all-time high. So you can see it, but then the price happens and you're like, no deal. It's not high enough. That's what happens, man. That's typical market stuff, friends. We all do it. No deal. Way too low. It's kind of like it, friends. Imagine all the top signals appear. Bitcoin's 110,000. So you're like, bro, I'm not getting out here. Are you serious? Well, just 100 like 6 months ago. What are you talking? That's why it's hard, man. It's hard. I'm hoping others BTC pulls through and it makes it clear for us, okay? Look at the other ones. US Congress self-bans from stocks. Man, I've been thinking about this since 2022. It's been 3 years of this top signal list. Man, it'll be wild. Ty Lopez returns. Jim Cramer turns bullish. So this is a bit of an enigmatic one. You know what I mean? It depends how bullish he is, right? But you never know. Friends, at the top of 2021, he went, Jim Cramer, the Universe Oracle God, went on to Anthony Pomp's show and they did an interview. Okay, literally, he goes, Pomp, I'll never sell my Bitcoin, Pomp. I'll never sell it. He literally went and sold it immediately that next day. He sold all of it. And then he bragged about it on the way down. I'm not making this up. I'll never sell my Bitcoin, Pomp. He literally went and sold the next day. I promise you go check it out. He admitted it as well. All right, everyone knows that story. Oh, man, what a CUNT. Now, Coinbase App Store, #1 ranking. A meme coin hits 100 billion market cap. Well, I still think, man, a meme coin, you never know, it might be something wild. By the way, Doge hit 90 billion last cycle. So we'll see what can happen in this wild one, right? A project raises $1 billion for IDO launch. This one, a lot of people get upset by this. They keep trying to look for signals everywhere. No, dude. This is public ICO, okay? If we see a public ICO raise that hits $1 billion, watch the hell out, okay? And what I can actually do is show you on the chart here. In December, friends, of 2021, right here, we had the PulseX public sacrifice, public ICO, okay? Public ICO, it was over $1 billion. Now, it got a bit tough because in PulseChain, it raised 650 million. So you would have been scared, right? But July, you're like, oh crap, is that close enough to $1 billion? No, it actually hit the $1 billion mark. PulseX, okay? $1 billion public ICO, okay? Also, I think Paradigm raised $1 billion in December of 2021, and it's for investing like PedoDot and other things that never end up going anywhere, all right? But well, that's why we were the top signal. So if you want to know why we got crushed so much, there you go. All right, we were the top signal there. And if you go back in time, people thought the thing was going to launch in May 2022. It didn't. Okay, so as well, people didn't know. That's what I think is going to happen in this cycle, by the way, friends. In the public ICOs, what everyone thinks they're getting is not going to go to plan. That's how you get everybody in, by the way. That's the only way to trap people in. No one would invest for something. You go, hey, I'm gonna do an ICO thing, and it's being released in 3 years from now. Or 2.5 years from now, you go, I'm done. But if they say, man, this thing could be out in 3 months. We could build this thing in 3 months. We're ready. Right? Now you get everyone's money in. Okay, that's why I think that public ICO, there's going to be a lot of lies and fabrication of marketing, whatever the ICO thing is. You never know, it might be Richard's wallet. You're like, hey, this thing is ready. I've been working on it for years. Doesn't come out until the next freaking bull market. You know what I mean? Like, it could be that, or just any other project. But we've gone through this. It's pretty much... you never know, friends. It might be a silver lining, okay? Maybe it all does work out, and then because you've gone through it, you like learn to be like super extra skeptical in this cycle, and a lot of people are going to get trapped, okay? Because remember, $1 billion, friends, for public ICO rates, that means everybody participates. You know what I mean? Everyone in crypto. And it's going to look great. You never know, friends. Maybe even Michael Saylor or some other big popular person gets in, and they're like, oh, 100% back this. This is going to go great, and then it doesn't, right? So that $1 billion raise, that's a big number as well. Also, as another exotic thing, just to let you know, it's to do with the financial leverage. Okay, I made a whole episode about this. This is why, friends, highest value content in crypto, literally not a single other person in crypto has ever spoken about this whatsoever at all. That's why, 5,000 videos. 5,000 videos. And I've just made a picture here to celebrate. Celebrate. Wow, 5,000 videos, huh? So as you can see, friends, I make videos. Oh, no one's going to watch this? I don't give a crap. I'm making it for me. Oh, the crowd doesn't think this is popular? Truck the crowd. The crowd's wrong. Fade the crowd. Who cares about the crowd? The crowd lines up as sheep. The crowd watches the TV. The crowd believes the politicians. The crowd buys the top, sells the lows. The crowd doesn't know what the hell they're doing. The crowd has a financial IQ less than 70. Why on earth do you want to make stuff for the crowd? Unless you're trying to rinse the crowd. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean if someone gets a lot of views, they're rinsing the crowd. It's just they are incentivized to that. They go, hey, crowd, you know what's better than making money over 5 years? Making money every 5 hours. Come and sign up to my leverage trading exchange. Don't touch those dirty altcoins, they say. No. Come to this 1% win rate casino. You're going to be in the top 1%. Here's a tutorial for me. You definitely win on this. Oh, you haven't won? Luckily, I told you not to risk too much. Ha, 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 ha. That's literally the entire crypto industry in a nutshell. Their content is made by cucks for cucks. Now, I get it, friends. You got to respect everyone's hustle. Really, but not really. Okay, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm a maverick, and that's how I'm going to be. Cracking on to some more juicy news. Israel offers to negotiate a new trade deal with the US to avoid tariffs. So obviously, friends, you've been following a lot of stuff out here. Israel, probably the puppet masters behind America with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of pro-Israel cabinet people. They are definitely, this is not even like, there's no conspiracy. Like everyone knows. Yeah, like almost like 60% of like Goldman Sachs executives, they're like pro-Israel descendant. They come in, they make their way to government. So that it is what it is, you know. That's just the whole game there. I guess we'll see what happens when it comes to that. It's such a heated topic all the time, friends. But look, I don't waste my time with it, man. You know why? Because no one changes their mind, dude, ever. Have you ever seen any single person change their mind on this shit? Never, man. They never do. It's just fighting. Oh, they stop fighting. Here's a new distraction. And then basically your life, friends, you're getting fed these dopamine, new, alert, new, high stress. None of these things can change your life. Chinese company Temu, known for its cheap prices, adds import charges of up to 150%. Damn, friends. So they've added 150% tariff. But the import might be $1. Now it's $2.50 for the import. You know, 150%. So Temu, friends, where I got my sex toys from. I got all the gag ball and stuff out here. It was actually pretty cool. I never used Temu. That's why I was looking for a whip. I wanted the whip, the bull whip. That's the one I have here. Right here, friend. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! I got it. In better times, I thought, you know, because Trump won, last year, November, we had that one green monthly candle. I thought, oh, it's going good now. And then that was literally the end. So I got this. But then, this was like, whatever, $20 or something. But then in Temu, there was this whip with a lot of these other sex toys. And that was also $20. I go, whoa, what's this? I didn't even know, friends. I never used Temu. And then, like, everyone in my life, you know, guys and girls, like, they'd show me, like, different, like, Instagram memes. Like, oh, this is the Temu version of that. I go, what the hell is Temu? And then, yeah, I end up seeing some, like, really, really, really low-cost Chinese make stuff. But, yeah, I guess it's pretty cool that they're able to actually have, like, a giant name and be used for that. I think it was funny. I laughed at their slogan is "Shop like a billionaire." Because when I was on there, I'm like, I do feel like a billionaire. $2 here, $1 here. I feel like a billionaire right now. I should have seen it. It's kind of fun. I was getting delivery every single day. Wow, which sex toy is this? It's kind of funny. So, Temu friends putting up these tariffs. It's funny though, isn't it? As well, we're like progressing the tariff. Like you've like got the tariff. It's basically just worn you out. You're like, man, I'm just over it. Like I'm so sick of it. And now we're moving on to the Temu and the tariffs. Like, man, can we just move on to something else? Man, attention spans with crypto and humans, man, we're like goldfish. Michael Chad Saylor has said, when banks embrace Bitcoin, everyone will want to buy it. No one will need to sell it, and you won't be able to afford it. So you are going to get the amount of FOMO-inducing bull juice in that statement. In events, it's not going to... We know how these end, man. We know how these end. Okay, it's like the market's like, hey, I've got to collect, 30 million souls. They got to be destroyed. And it is what it is. By the way, he bought more BTC, 15,355 Bitcoin for 1.42 billion at 92K. So, friends, he now owns, I think, 2.63 or 64% of BTC's total supply. That is including Satoshi. So look at this. His average price is now up to 68,400. Oh, it's gonna be 70 soon. Remember, friends? I was chucking in the bear market. He was at 28K down here. He was literally, his average price was 28K. And look at this, no one wanted to buy. And then as it starts going up, it comes 30, 40, 50. He brings it up. He's 67 and now 68,400. Oh man, you never know. We might hit the stage where another exotic topic. When Michael Saylor's average price goes above 100K, okay, we are now in the final 3 to 6 months or something like that. And don't be confused by this pace of time, friends. Michael Saylor found out when he collects the money, they buy within the 60 minutes. That's wild, man. 60 minutes. You know why? Because they got so much FOMO. They're like, oh, I better get it. Someone else is going to buy it. When they collect the money, literally within 60 minutes, they start buying BTC. Yeah. So it's literally just as much money as they want to give. That's what it comes down to. Speaking about Biddy Coin and everything else out here, friends, I want to quickly show you the global liquidity tracker out here. So you have the chart here. Thank you to Carlin for putting it back. Now, friends, this is the cutest thing. I was watching Colin. You guys are gonna get so wrecked, man. Oh, God bless you. So Colin, friends, received a lot of recent fame, and he deserves it. He's a nice guy. We love Colin. A friend of the channel, follows me. I follow him. He's also got some PulseChain stuff. But Colin's got recent fame from all the newbies, like these Bitcoin, dude. Just please be careful. If you are one of the people in the comment section, please God help you. Okay, friends. There's a comment here that if you scroll through the comments, okay, what they're saying, I'm not joking. They said, this is not just one person. They go, Colin, because of this, you are now inducted into the Bitcoin Hall of Fame next to Satoshi and Saylor. You're probably wondering why. What did he do, friends? He put a fractal on Bitcoin. What? You put a squiggly line on a chart and now you're sitting next to Satoshi? It's almost like, this is how the stories always work. This is how they have to revere everyone. They're like, yes, nobody's ever seen anybody do something like this. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go again. Here we go again. The story continues. They're like, yes, my lord, yes. Nobody's ever put a squiggly line fractal like this ever before. Oh, God help his friends. God help his. Look, friends, you know the fractal, you know, if you go back in its history, it's not even that tight. Okay? Like, for example, look at this. The Bitcoin top was here. Look at this, okay? Look at the fractal, yeah? The Bitcoin top literally was in here. Bitcoin, friends, by the way, look at this, okay? Look at this. Do you know back, you know, here in January 2022, you know, altcoins were down 75%. It was literally bear market and global liquidity still going up. Look at that, still ticking up. It's still ticking up. Look at that, look at that. You're literally down 99, your friends, your altcoins are literally down 98% and it's still ticking up. And then it comes and ticks down. Like I went back just showing you, just it's just that in this cute little period of this siphoning money in. But even then, friends, look at this. There is not these like look at this, like look at it. For example, Bitcoin leads first. See, Bitcoin crashes down first, and then the global liquidity goes up, and then Bitcoin goes up first. It's just that during this period. So actually, what happened is this is the cutest part of all, friends. So he had, remember, he had the 106 days. Okay, so we had the 106-day fractal that we're seeing out here. Okay, so you do 106, which is what we were doing, whatever it was. But now, because we've started to move up, this is the cutest thing. This is so cute, man. We're like, hey, let's go to a shorter time fractal. Whoa! Oh my gosh, it lines up. Let's actually do it. Let's just do a bit more conservative. Let's put it at 86. Whoa! That's the whole, all the comment section. They're like, oh, my lord, Colin, please, sir, please enter the Hall of Fame next to Satoshi, please. Oh gosh, you guys are so cute. But you see why? This is the crowd, by the way. This is literally the crowd. Do you understand why you can't follow the crowd? Because now the crowd's looking at this. They're like, because it's correlation causation. Because why is that? Why is that? Okay, look, it all comes down to, friends, in markets. Okay, we have this need where, because there's always uncertainty, we seek information, right, that we can never achieve, which tells us if something's going to go up and then down and then up and then down. We're seeking this certainty in the near future always. You can never get it. You can never get it consistently, but we always seek it, like chasing the magic dragon. That's why this liquidity index, right? See, it's shifted sideways. At some point when Bitcoin went up, it was like, oh no, the liquidity index said we were going to go down again. And then we did. Everyone's like, oh, he predicted, it's him. He knew. That's why what happens is the crowd will revere someone and they'll lift them up. They'll put them on the pedestal like, oh, rise up into the altar, my friend. Friends, this will crack. You never know, man. It's funny. Like, friends, I want this thing to go up only as well, but it just, I mean, imagine blockchain backers right, and then we do some like A, B, C, D, and we just crack it out. I hope we don't, man. I hope we do just get these 3 months of up only. But friends, you see, so this is such a beautiful moment to witness the beginnings of how a trap is eventually formed. That's what cycles are. Cycles are always traps, right? Because they don't go up in a straight line or down a straight line. So they're always like mean reverting to some point out here. So yeah, if you are, look, I hope you got some introspective, right? That's why we always seek who knows what happens exactly next. You know, in markets, especially in life, you never believe the person who says, you know what, things are going to get better over the next 2 years for you. You're like, what does that mean? I want to know what happens tomorrow. I want to know what happens in the next 3 hours. That's what these little fractal charts. That's what anything. There's indicators, and everyone's always like on a new indicator. Oh, the death cross. Oh, the Copen statistic. Oh no, you know, we're always seeking that. We're always like, oh, it's following the correlation. You know, our minds always blow, right? And then eventually it stops, and then everyone's like, but what happened? What happened? What happened? And it's like, it's such a sad moment when it all happens. But welcome to markets and cycles. And that's why, look, at the top of the Bitcoin cycle, there'll be plenty of chance that say we keep going up. You know, so we'll see what happens there. MasterCard adds crypto stablecoin settlement support for merchants. Once again, crypto stablecoin. I said it, stable. Okay? The stablecoin, friends, it's a stablecoin supercycle. I've been telling you, it's a stablecoin supercycle. Okay? Meme coin supercycle, stablecoin supercycle. They're still there in our minds. Stablecoins, unfortunately, I mean, like, maybe you want to release a stablecoin. They're boring as hell. If the narrative of pDAI plays out, extremely high reward if it plays out, right? You can't put your money into any other stablecoin. All you can do is supply them to the people and dump on them. Yeah, you dump the yield, right? So that's why it makes it a very, very nice narrative if it plays out. Let's actually check it while we're here, friends. Let's check the pDAI price chart. Let's see. Yeah, it's just hanging around here because of Pulse, friends. It is what it is. We can't do anything. Remember, it took 65 days max for every other capitulation. 65 days brings us to May 22nd. So hopefully May is a buy in May, going away month for us. Arizona house. Shout out to everybody in Arizona as well. I love watching your jail documentaries. I think one of the toughest prisons in America is in Arizona. I forgot which, was it a Louis Theroux documentary? It was like, yeah, it was wild. They make them, there's like, it's like 50-degree heat. Oh man, the conditions of this jail, it is absolutely bonkers. Yeah, just everyone they have to stay outside in the day. Yeah, man, it was actually, oh man, it's so eye-opening for these out here. So yeah, if you're one of the people in jail, maybe watching me right now, I wish I could give you a crypto that goes up. Probably don't want to listen to any of us anymore. It's been 5 years, unless you want to spend another 5 years in jail. Saylor, as we know, bought Biddy Coin and Monero, friends. Monero actually has a big news. So Monero had like a 40% price spike. Now, this is such a crazy chart, man, because Monero, friends, it all lined up, man. It's wild. Let me show you its chart here. Okay, this is the 2-week chart for Monero. Okay, so Monero XMR was doing this really, really, really long. By the way, friends, as well, I just want to quickly show you. When I see this chart, just tilt me. There was a guy I used to know. Used to trade and stuff with him. Kind of knew, not really close friends, but he was in Monero back here, and he never told anyone in the office about crypto. Anyone, okay? He never told anyone else, because unfortunately when you're a trader, friends, there's a lot of scum. It's very closed-minded in terms of like, keep all the information for yourself and you don't share it with anyone. And this guy was in Monero, and I think like he made millions. He got in and he literally made millions. 2017, I think he retired. It was kind of funny. And he was not trading. No one was trading crypto. No one even knew the word crypto. It was just, he was just randomly in it, and he made like a gargantuan amount of money. And that's pretty much like, and we didn't know until, it's funny, like, we didn't know until after the bear market. Everyone was like, oh yeah, remember that dude? Yeah, he bought Monero and like he retired. And I'm like, dude, what a selfish SOB. He never told anyone. We would always share information with his scum. Yeah, he kept it to himself. Right? So that's just the world that is, friends. Like, it's a very scum world. Now you can kind of see my personality. Well, I got no tolerance for Soyboy scum who keeps stuff to themselves. Get him out. Because that's what they do. They go, they keep stuff for themselves, they make the money, they only tell you about it after it's done. You can't repeat anything. Yeah, they never help you. That's why, friends, I have an abundance mindset. These people are straight scum. I have zero sympathy for them. I'll never associate with them. Look at this. Imagine he was just buying it down here. He made, oh my gosh, 946x on his money. Whoa. Man. So if he put in back then, that was a lot, friends. Imagine he put in like 20 grand back then. He made like a 900x. Oh my gosh, 18 million. Maybe he didn't put in 20 grand. He wouldn't have known to sell along all the way. He maybe just sold along the way. Maybe like, but still got to retire, man. So crazy story. That's why I still, whenever I look at that chart, I think about that. Man, these people, there's a lot of scum in this world. A lot of scum. That's why I hope you appreciate, I know you do appreciate everything I'm doing, showing you all these. Friends, these people never show your ratio chart so you can identify what value is. Never in your life, dude. They literally say, oh, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Friends, I was trading with people. I knew people, they never even said the word crypto for like 2 years. They'd known about it for 2-3 years before me. They didn't even say the word crypto. They never said the word Bitcoin, ever. They'd only talk about stuff we know. There are scum out there. They're literally, friends, you know that meme of DJ Khaled? They don't want you to win? Yeah, it's real, man. It's real. I want you to win, though. Okay, actions speak louder than words. This is Monero. What happened was some scum hacker somehow got 3,500 Bitcoin, which is a shitload, right? $350 million. And then they swapped into Monero. And so how were they able to do that? I don't know which service they use. There's a couple of services out there that bridge stuff in here, but somehow they're able to do that, apparently. And yeah, man, it caused a giant price spike. Now, you're probably wondering, why would they do that? Well, they didn't give a crap, man. If you're paying like a total 30% slippage on 350 million, you still got $250 million, but now it's hidden. Now it's hidden. No one can trace you on the Monero network, right? Very interesting. Also interesting, it popped up through the level, man. So a lot of people, by the way, are short Monero. I don't think you should be short this chart. You want to know why? All right, I'll show you why you shouldn't be short this chart, friends. Look at Monero BTC. Here you go, right here. Monero BTC. Look how low this thing is, man. Like, friends, they're literally, I'm not joking, the funding is hugely for shorts. In terms of, like, it's very expensive to be short. So people are so desperate to be short on this, but it's probably because they shorted up the top up here. It makes like a quick spike. Yeah, man, just very, very, very dangerous to be. You want to be short something that is down 92% since 2018, 2017. How's it going to go up though, right? Because people want to use privacy, but they don't want to store their value all in privacy. But you never know when it comes to these, friends. All it's going to take some sort of narrative. Isn't it crazy though? The narrative appears right as it's charging through the level. And it's a hack as well. Very interesting. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Hex Jam Hex as well. Thank you very much, sir, for this beautiful video. Whoa! Whoa! That's amazing. I love your artwork. Everything's great. And I guess we got to finish on some of the most bullish news of all. Jim Cramer, a recession in the next 6 months due to tariffs is very likely. I would say there's a 90% chance. So that's all we need to hear, brother. Time for up only. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.